is make a slide like this, making it easier for me to explain shit. Um, okay, so I guess we could start with. No, that doesn't sound fun, does it? What can we start with? That would be a little bit more entertaining. I don't know. Um, yeah, my videos are. Well, we could talk. No, we could talk about different. If we had something like this. Okay, so what is this? So if we had a K over here, a spring basically, how would you solve this question? Well, the first thing you'll say is if we got the weight down, we got the angles down over here, we're given the angles. And let's just say the angles are the same, so angle equal angle. You could figure out the force diagram of this, right? You can get the force of all these because you know the force of this, and you can get the force of these two because they must equal this. Okay, which is going to be a 45-45 triangle because I said the angle was the same thing. Uh, Most likely. Actually, it could be something bigger if the top was bigger, but we're assuming something like that. It's not happening. Probably going to be equal length. Probably like, actually, it's not going to be 45-45. Um, well, how about if I say 45 is the angle we're looking for? Good. Then how do you find the K over here? Well, how you find it is very logical. If this is K over here, force over here, this is force over here. We actually need to find the unstretched amount, which you can figure out the spring beforehand. If you already have an unstretched amount, we can use that in our Kx x2 equal the force of this one over here. And that's so there's conditions to this, conditions that are necessary to solve this question. They're not as big of a condition as if we had a pulley like this and something like this, because there's an angle difference over here, and if you have a mass over here, you have to consider the angle difference from the displacement over here, which you can if you want. Anyway, we're also here to talk about something else. So long time ago, this is more economics now, or something like that. I don't really make econ question. I used to, but I realized I'm not good at econ because I'm not an econ major, and I'm not really into econ yet. I'm okay with econ, but uh, so basically the question was crap. So I stopped doing that and focused on math and STEM, and I'm gonna go back to that later on in the future. But anyways, with that said, this is more of no, this is not econ. This is more like policy actually. Thinking about it, yeah. So, if a long time ago we have Disney, right? I used to love Disney and thought that Spider-Man, which was owned by Sony, should give their rights over to Marvel and Disney. Nowadays, Marvel is shit, and no one wants it. No one wants Marvel to own the Spider-Man and ruin it for everyone. So I just realized that in the past, I thought having a one collected idea was a good thing. But once they turned to shit, I did not. And what I realized from that is very easy for a company to look good for a period of time, even though they turn to shit and making shit content right now. I don't know why I know exactly why they're making shit content, but um, that's basically what I thought. And then I just realized, doesn't that apply the same thing with other companies like big tech? We should be careful about the quality of the big tech because Dell computers, to me, look cheap. and for it look cheap for the price. If you look at Apple, they have metal everything, and the price is pretty much the same for a Dell computer as that. Um, Another thing to note about Dell is that I mean they're supposed to be the best of the best, but they're not. They don't seem to be the best of the best. Are they the best? I don't know. But once they have a monopoly on something, we think because of the past we think that they should own stuff. But when we think it like that, we're going to the bad idea because they'll make shit out of it. I realized that. I never realized that until this happened. So it was interesting. Um, yeah. Um, I could also just say the same thing about other companies like that. It's interesting how when I was young, I thought that these big companies should own things, but when I get older, I realize they're a monopoly, and every monopoly is bad for any economic sense. So I'm telling you right now, Dell is shit, and Disney's shit right now. I mean, Dell is not that shit as of right now, but it's becoming that way. So